How does it feel knowing your wife chose me? Derek laughs at the company Christmas dinner, his voice carrying across the elegant ballroom filled with 50 of our coworkers. I touch the envelope in my pocket and smile. The weight of it has become familiar over the past 3 weeks, crisp edges worn soft from my fingers tracing them during sleepless nights. Derek doesn't know what's in my pocket. Sarah doesn't know what's in my pocket. But in approximately 2 hours, everyone in this room will. 3 months ago, I would have punched him. Tonight, I have something better. The Fairmont Hotel's grand ballroom sparkles with December excess. Crystal chandeliers throwing diamonds of light across the accounting department's annual celebration. Sarah sits 3 tables away, her red dress the same shade as the nail polish she wore on our wedding day 12 years ago. She won't meet my eyes. Derek, however, can't stop staring at me, his Scotch loose grin spreading wider with each drink. "Did you hear me, Marcus?" He's standing now, swaying slightly. "I asked you a question." The CEO glances our way. HR Director Patricia Mitchell sets down her champagne. The room's conversation dims like someone's turning down the volume knob. And I realize Derek's been building to this all night. The careful touches on Sarah's shoulder, the inside jokes I'm clearly outside of, the way he refilled her wine glass before she asked. "I heard you." My voice stays steady, the same tone I use when Emma asks why mommy works so many weekends. But I'm curious, Derek. Which part feels best? The sneaking around, the lies, or knowing it's all about to end? His face shifts, confidence cracking like thin ice. Sarah's hand flies to her throat. She's wearing the necklace I didn't buy her. If you've ever been publicly humiliated, you know that smile, the one hiding dynamite, the one that says, "I know something you don't know, and what I know will destroy you. But let me take you back 3 months. Let me show you how a marriage dies not with screams, but with a pink Samsung hidden in a tampon box." It's September 15th, a Tuesday that starts like any other. Sarah's at another late meeting. Emma's doing homework at the kitchen table, her tongue poking out in concentration, the way it has since she was 4. Lucas builds Lego towers in the living room, narrating an elaborate story about brave knights protecting their castle. I'm putting away laundry, her laundry, when my hand brushes something hard wrapped in plastic. The tampon box feels wrong, too heavy. Inside, wrapped in a grocery bag like contraband, sits a phone I've never seen. Pink case with little hearts on it. The kind of thing Sarah would call tacky if she saw another woman carrying it. My thumb finds the power button. No password. Careless. Or maybe she wanted to be caught. The Messages app shows one conversation, and the contact is saved as simply D. "Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about what you did with your tongue." The timestamp reads 11:47 p.m. Last night, Sarah told me she was reviewing quarterly reports. Last night, I put the kids to bed alone again, Emma asking if mommy would be home for her school play on Thursday. I scroll up. The messages go back 7 months. 7 months of working late honey. 7 months of team building weekend. 7 months of me making excuses to the kids. My thumb moves mechanically, documenting everything. Screenshots, photos of photos. Her laptop password has been our anniversary date for a decade. The 08151 won't work. But Emma's birthday does. Can't wait for Miami. 3 whole days of just us. Miami. The conference she attended last month. The one where she called every night to say goodnight to the kids, her voice tired from all those boring presentations. There's a video attached to that message thread. I click play. The sound is muted, but I don't need audio to understand what I am seeing. The timestamp in the corner shows 3:45 p.m., September 8th. September 8th. Emma's 9th birthday party. While our daughter blew out candles downstairs, while 20 kids sang happy birthday, while I cleaned cake off Lucas's face, Sarah was upstairs in our bedroom with someone else. The angle shows our wedding photo on the nightstand behind them. The timestamp on the video was our daughter's birthday party. I sit on our bed, and feel the room tilt. Downstairs, Lucas calls out, "Daddy, can you help me find the knight's sword?" His voice sounds far away, like he's calling from another life. The life where I knew who I was married to. But the phone holds more secrets. Credit card statements photographed and hidden in a locked folder. Charges at hotels I've never heard of. Restaurants she claimed to hate. A lingerie store where she spent $400 the week she told me we needed to tighten our budget for Lucas's therapy. There's an apartment lease in Derek's name, co-signed by S. Mitchell, my wife's maiden name. The toilet flushes. Emma's footsteps pad down the hallway. "Dad, I finished my math. Can you check it?" "Give me 5 minutes, sweetheart." I photograph everything with my phone, upload it to 3 different cloud services, email copies to an address Sarah doesn't know exists. My hands work while my mind floats somewhere above, watching a man discover his life is fiction. The front door opens downstairs. Sarah's voice, bright and false. "Sorry I'm so late. Traffic was horrible." The lie slides out smooth as silk. She's gotten good at this. Or maybe she was always good at it, and I'm just now paying attention. Our son had drawn Derek in 3 family pictures. I hadn't noticed until now. They're on the refrigerator, held up with the magnets we bought at Disney last year. Crayon figures standing in front of a house. Mommy, Daddy, Emma, Lucas, and a tall man in a blue suit. "Who's that?" I'd asked Lucas last week. "Mommy's work friend who brings her flowers," he'd said, adding another figure to his paper family. Sarah's heels click up the stairs. I slide the phone back into its hiding place, arrange the tampons exactly as they were. My face in the mirror looks like a stranger's. Hollow eyes, tight jaw, the expression of someone who's just watched their house burn down from the inside. "Hey," she says from the doorway. "Kids asleep?" Emma's finishing homework. Lucas is playing. She starts undressing, casual as morning coffee. I'm exhausted. Derek had us all stay late for the Henderson audit. The way she says his name, Derek, like it's nothing, like it doesn't taste like betrayal. "How is Derek?" I watch her reflection in the mirror. "Fine, annoying as always." She unhooks her bra, and I notice a mark on her shoulder, faint, but there. He's pushing for everyone to go to the Christmas party. I told him we probably couldn't get a sitter. "We should go." The words surprise us both. "The kids can stay at your mother's." She turns, studying my face. "Really? You hate those things. Maybe it's time for some changes. If you've ever found evidence that changed everything, type evidence below. Because evidence doesn't lie. Evidence doesn't make excuses. Evidence simply is." Sarah sleeps beside me that night, like nothing's wrong, her breathing deep and even while I stare at the ceiling, planning. The lawyer, the private investigator, the careful documentation of every lie. She murmurs something in her sleep, sounds like Derek, and I realize I'm not angry. Not yet. I'm something more dangerous. I'm patient. The next morning starts the performance of my life. Kiss on the cheek as she leaves. "Have a good day at work, honey." Wave from the doorway. Smile at the neighbors. Inside, I'm already on the phone with Margaret Stone, the attorney who handled my colleague's divorce last year, the one who got him primary custody despite his ex's connections. "I need to see you today," I tell her. "I have evidence of infidelity, and I need to protect my children. Can you come at noon? Bring everything you have." Everything. The word feels too small for what I'm about to unleash. But first, I need more. 7 months of deception requires 7 months of proof. Sarah taught me that in her own way. If you're going to lie, be thorough. If you're going to betray, be complete. So I'll be complete too. Emma appears in the kitchen, backpack ready, smile bright. "Dad, remember my play is Thursday. I wouldn't miss it for the world, and I mean it. Sarah will miss it, though she doesn't know that yet. By Thursday, she'll be served with papers at her office, right in front of Derek, right in front of everyone who's been watching them, wondering if the husband knows. The husband knows. The husband has evidence. And in 3 months, at a Christmas party in a glittering ballroom, the husband will smile as their world collapses in front of everyone they care about impressing. Dad? Lucas tugs my hand. Are you okay? You look sad. I kneel down to his level, this little boy who draws strangers into our family pictures. I'm not sad, buddy. Sometimes grown-ups just think about complicated things. Like math? Exactly like math. But you know what? We don't leave family behind, right? Real family? He nods solemnly. We don't leave family behind. The phrase comes from a movie he loves, about space rangers and loyalty. It's become our family motto, printed on a canvas in the hallway. Sarah bought it at Target last Christmas, hung it with a smile, never understanding that some promises are meant to be kept. Margaret Stone's office smells like leather and justice. She's 62, silver-haired, with eyes that have seen every variation of marital destruction. The papers I've brought fill her mahogany desk. Screenshots, credit card statements, hotel receipts. She examines each piece like evidence at a crime scene, which I suppose it is. This is thorough, she says, holding up the printed messages. But family court isn't criminal court. Michigan is a no-fault divorce state. The infidelity matters for asset division, but custody... She pauses. That's about the children's best interests. She's been gone half their childhood. Lucas barely knows her. Emma's been asking why Mommy misses her events. Document that. Every missed recital, every parent-teacher conference, every bedtime she wasn't there. Courts care about patterns of involvement. Margaret pulls out a legal pad, starts writing. What about this Derek person? Married? Engaged to someone in marketing? Does she know? Not yet. Margaret's pen stops. Be careful. Revenge feels good, but plays badly in court. This isn't revenge. It's truth. She studies me over her reading glasses. Truth can be revenge, Mr. Mitchell. The question is, what do you want when this ends? My children, the house they've grown up in, and for everyone to know exactly who Sarah Reynolds Mitchell really is. Margaret slides a business card across the desk. Private investigator, James Johnson, former FBI. He's expecting your call. You already called him? I know that look in your eyes. You're going to do this with or without proper guidance. Might as well do it right. She leans back. He'll get you what the court needs to see. But, Mr. Mitchell, once you start this, there's no going back. No reconciliation. No couples therapy. This is scorched earth. The earth was already scorched. I'm just documenting the ashes. Margaret slid a business card across. Private investigator. He's expecting your call. Johnson meets me at a Starbucks in Birmingham, far from Sarah's usual routes. He's unremarkable. Medium height, brown hair going gray. The kind of face you forget immediately, which is probably the point. Infidelity cases are straightforward, he says, sliding a contract across the table. 2 weeks of surveillance, documentation, financial traces. But you've already done half my job. He taps my phone. These messages tell me where to look. I need more than just proof of the affair. You need leverage. He doesn't make it a question. Here's what I'm going to find. Where they meet, how often, who knows, who's covering for them. Every receipt she's filed for reimbursement while she was with him, that's fraud. Every time she said she was at a client dinner, but was at his apartment, that's documented deception. Over the next 2 weeks, Johnson becomes my shadow's shadow. His reports arrive daily, clinical and devastating. September 29th, 4:47 p.m. Subject entered apartment complex at 2847 Woodward. Derek Chen's vehicle already present. Remained for 3 hours, 17 minutes. October 2nd to 12:15 p.m. Lunch at Giovanni's private booth. Physical contact documented. Subject charge company card. Expense report filed as client development. October 5th, 6:00 p.m. Subject told, husband emergency conference call. Surveillance shows dinner with Chen at Ritz-Carlton. His credit card charged for room 412. But it's October 8th when Johnson calls me directly. You need to see this immediately. We meet at the same Starbucks. He slides an envelope across, photos from the morning. Derek at a CVS pharmacy. The receipt is zoomed in the next photo. Pregnancy tests, prenatal vitamins, champagne. There's more. Johnson opens his laptop, shows me Derek's Facebook. There's no public announcement yet, but in a private group for expectant fathers, he's posted. Just found out. 8 weeks along. Can't wait to be a dad. 8 weeks. I do the math. That's right when Sarah went to Miami. Here's the interesting part. Johnson pulls up another document. I have a contact at the fertility clinic Derek's been going to. He's been trying for 2 years with his fiancée. Low sperm count, less than 5% chance of natural conception. But Sarah's on birth control. Is she? Johnson shows me another receipt. This is from her pharmacy. She hasn't filled her prescription in 4 months. The coffee in my stomach turns to acid. She's trying to get pregnant. The fertility clinic receipt changed everything. Derek thought he was going to be a father. At home that evening, I watched Sarah more carefully. She's drinking wine, a lot of wine. Her phone buzzes constantly. She keeps touching her stomach, but not the way she did when she was pregnant with our kids. This is nervous, uncertain. Emma practices her lines for the school play in the living room. And then the princess realized the prince wasn't who he said he was. She delivers it with dramatic flair, and Sarah flinches. That's great, sweetie, Sarah says, but she's not watching. She's texting. Lucas builds his Legos beside me, humming. It's a song I don't recognize until he starts singing quietly. Mommy and her friend sitting in a tree. Where did you hear that, buddy? At school. Tyler said he saw Mommy kissing someone at the store. I told him he was lying. His little face scrunches up. He was lying, right, Daddy? My throat closes. What matters is that our family loves each other. We don't leave family behind, Lucas recites. Sarah's wine glass freezes halfway to her lips. That night, she tries to initiate intimacy for the first time in months. I've been distant, she says, running her hand down my chest. Let me make it up to you. I catch her wrist gently. I'm tired. Come on, it's been weeks. Has it? I hadn't noticed. She pulls back, studies my face in the darkness. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Just tired from doing bedtime alone. Again. She turns away. I'm trying to make partner. You knew this would require sacrifices. Funny, Derek's trying to make partner too, but he seems to have plenty of free time. The silence stretches taut. Finally, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing, just an observation. Comment evidence if you believe documentation beats confrontation. Because what comes next requires patience most people don't have. October 15th, Johnson calls with urgency. You need to come to my office, now. The document on his desk is a lab report, prenatal paternity test results. Derek had paid for expedited processing, probably expecting confirmation of his dreams. Probability of paternity, 0%. 0. I stare at the numbers. But that's not the kicker. Johnson pulls up another document. I did some digging. Sarah's been with at least 3 men. Derek, someone named Tom from the Chicago office, and a client, Robert Hendricks. The Henderson audit, she's been working on that for months. Working on something. Johnson's tone stays professional, but disgust flickers across his face. Derek doesn't know about the others. He thinks he's her only affair. Tom thinks the same. The client, he knows exactly what this is. Probability of paternity, 0%. But Derek didn't know Sarah had been with 3 men. There's one more thing. Johnson hands me a final folder. Sarah's been sloppy with the expense reports. Every hotel charged to the company, every dinner, every Uber to Derek's apartment coded as client a meeting. That's federal fraud if the amounts exceed $10,000. She's at $23,147. I sink into the chair. My wife isn't just a cheater, she's a criminal. What do you want to do with this? Johnson asks. Everything, but not yet. The company Christmas party is in 6 weeks. It's perfect. Everyone will be there. Her entire department, the senior partners, HR. Johnson nods slowly. Public humiliation. Public truth. At home, I start preparing the children without them knowing. Sometimes families change shape, I tell them during dinner while Sarah's at another fake meeting. Like Lucas's Legos, you can build something new with the same pieces. But I like our family's shape, Emma says. Me too, sweetheart. But remember, what makes a family isn't the shape, it's the love. And we don't leave family behind, Lucas adds through a mouthful of mac and cheese. That's right, real family never leaves. Sarah texts, don't wait up. Derek needs help with presentation. I text back, no problem. Kids and I are having movie night. She sends a heart emoji. The casual cruelty of it, sending hearts while her body is elsewhere, almost makes me laugh. Emma curls against my side during the movie. Daddy, why does mommy smell different when she comes home late? The question hits like cold water. Kids notice everything. They just don't always have words for what they see. What do you mean, sweetheart? She used to smell like vanilla, like the perfume you got her. Now she smells like, I don't know, different soap, man's soap. Daddy, why does mommy smell different when she comes home late? Lucas nods. Like Tyler's dad's car, all leathery and spicy. My children are cataloging evidence of their mother's affair through scent, the violation of it, that she comes home carrying another man's cologne to kiss our children goodnight, makes my hands shake. Sometimes people change their soap, I manage. I don't like it, Emma declares. She should smell like mommy. 2 weeks before the Christmas party, Sarah's anxiety becomes palpable. She's lost weight. Dark circles ring her eyes. Her phone is never out of reach. Everything okay? I ask one morning, playing concerned husband. Derek's being weird. He keeps talking about the future, about babies. She pauses. His fiancée wants to start trying after the wedding. That's nice. He wants to leave her. I pour coffee steadily. For someone else, it's complicated. Most affairs are. She freezes. What did you say? I said most things are. Complicated. She stares at me for a long moment, then grabs her purse. I'll be late tonight. Parent-teacher conferences are tonight. Shit, I forgot. I'll handle it, like always. The words hang between us. She leaves without kissing anyone goodbye. Margaret calls that afternoon. Divorce papers are ready. Custody arrangement favors you heavily. She's been absent for 67% of school events, 70-80% of bedtimes, 90% of weekend activities. Johnson's surveillance proves she prioritized the affair over parenting. When can we file? When you're ready for war. After the Christmas party, I want witnesses. That's 3 weeks away. I've waited 7 months. I can wait 3 more weeks. What matters more? Quick revenge or patient justice? Comment your choice, because justice is a dish best served with everyone watching. Johnson sends a final report. Sarah's pregnant. About 4 weeks along, based on the prenatal vitamins and doctor's appointment he tracked. Derek's convinced it's his despite the 0% paternity result he doesn't know about. Tom from Chicago was in town the right weekend, so was Henderson. She's going to pass it off as Derek's, Johnson says over the phone. She's already told him she's late. Does she know about the paternity test he took? No, he's waiting for confirmation before confronting his fiancée. He has no idea Sarah's been with others. The pieces are all in place. Financial fraud documented, infidelity proven, custody case built, pregnancy that will explode everything. 3 days before the Christmas party, I take the kids to pick out their overnight bags for Grandma's house. Lucas chooses Spider-Man. Emma picks purple with butterflies. Why are we staying at Grandma's? Emma asks. Mommy and I have a work party. Is Mommy's friend Derek going? I meet her eyes in the rearview mirror. Yes. I don't like him. Why not, sweetheart? He makes Mommy act different, giggly and weird, like the girls at school when they talk about boys. She wrinkles her nose. It's gross. From the mouths of babes comes truth adults pretend not to see. That night, Sarah models her dress for the party. Red, tight, expensive. What do you think? You look beautiful. She smiles, comes closer. Maybe after the party we could reconnect. I know things have been tense. Maybe. I love you, she says, and for a moment, she looks like the woman I married, the woman who cried at our wedding, who held my hand through 36 hours of labor with Emma, who once meant every promise she made. Sarah's signature on the company fraud documents, she'd implicated herself perfectly. But that woman is gone, replaced by someone who signs fraudulent expense reports and schedules affairs during our daughter's birthday. Someone who comes home smelling like another man's cologne to kiss our children goodnight. Someone who's pregnant with a baby, whose father could be any of 3 men, none of them her husband. The party will be interesting, I say. She laughs, nervous. It's just the usual boring accounting crowd. Oh, I don't know. I have a feeling this year will be different. She studies my face, searching for something. I give her nothing but a pleasant smile. The same smile I'll wear in 48 hours when her world detonates in front of everyone she's tried to impress. Margaret texts me. Papers ready. Process server on standby. Johnson texts. Final evidence package compiled. USB drive ready. My phone calendar shows an appointment I made 3 weeks ago. December 18th, 8 p.m. Truth. Sarah's phone buzzes. She glances at it, smiles. Derek says the CEO might announce promotions at the party. Promotions? I taste the word. Yes, I heard there might be some announcements. She doesn't know the CEO received an anonymous package yesterday. Fraud documentation, expense reports, photos that leave no room for interpretation. Patricia from HR called me this afternoon, off the record. We'll need you to stay quiet until the party, she said. We want to handle this. Delicately. Delicately, like removing a tumor. Like extracting a parasite that's been feeding on the company's trust for 7 months. Tomorrow, Sarah will wake up thinking she's gotten away with everything. She'll kiss the kids goodbye, not knowing it's the last morning she'll wake up in this house. She'll curl her hair, apply her makeup, choose her jewelry, all while her future crumbles in an envelope in my pocket. We don't leave family behind, Lucas says at bedtime, unprompted. It's become his prayer, his promise, his protection against a world where mommies disappear into work and daddies look sad when they think no one's watching. That's right, buddy. Real family stays. Is mommy real family? The question hangs in the darkness of his room, heavy with innocence and insight. We'll always be your parents, both of us, no matter what. But is she real family to you? 9 years old and asking questions that would make philosophers weep. Family is complicated, buddy. No, it's not. His conviction is absolute. Family is who shows up. Mommy doesn't show up. The Fairmont Hotel glows against Detroit's December skyline. Sarah adjusts her red dress in the car mirror one last time. Remember to compliment Patricia's dress, and don't mention the Williamson account to anybody. Derek says there's been drama. I'll be perfect, I promise, patting the envelope in my jacket pocket. We walk in together, her hand on my arm, like we're still the couple everyone envies. The ballroom spreads before us. Round tables with white linens, centerpieces of silver and blue, an ice sculpture of the company logo slowly melting under the lights. 53 employees from the accounting division, plus spouses, plus HR, plus the CEO who specifically requested everyone attend. The CEO announced the forensic audit results would be shared tonight. Derek's already 3 drinks in, holding court near the bar. His fiancée Rachel isn't here. Flu, supposedly, though Johnson told me she's actually at her sister's, crying over suspicious charges on Derek's credit cards. When Derek sees us, his face shifts through several expressions before landing on smug satisfaction. "Marcus! Sarah!" He approaches with arms wide, bourbon breath preceding him. "So glad you both could make it." "Wouldn't miss it," I say, shaking his hand. Firm grip, direct eye contact. Let him think he's won. Sarah excuses herself to find the restroom. Derek watches her go, then turns to me. "She looks beautiful tonight. Yes? You're a lucky man?" "Am I?" He laughs, claps my shoulder. "Come on, don't be so serious. It's a party." Patricia from HR appears at my elbow. "Mr. Mitchell, the CEO would like a word." Derek's smile falters. "Everything okay?" "Just some business," Patricia says smoothly, but her eyes are arctic. CEO Harrison is waiting in a corner, watching the room like a general surveying a battlefield. "Mr. Mitchell, you're sure about this?" "The evidence is incontrovertible. The announcement is scheduled for 8:30, after dinner, before dessert." He pauses. "This will be difficult." The truth often is. Sarah finds me as dinner is served. What did Harrison want? Next year's budget projections. She relaxes. "God, I thought something was wrong." The salmon tastes like cardboard. Sarah chatters about vacation plans, about Emma's grades, about redecorating the living room. Normal married couple conversation, while Derek keeps glancing over, probably wondering if I suspect anything. His phone buzzes repeatedly. He's ignoring it, but I know it's Rachel. Johnson showed me her texts. I know about her. It's over. Sarah's phone vibrates. She glances at it under the table, and her face drains of color. "Everything okay?" I ask. "Just Tom from Chicago. Some emergency with the Peterson file." Tom from Chicago. Baby daddy candidate number 2. He's probably gotten the same anonymous tip Rachel did. At 8:27, Patricia stands, tapping her wine glass. Before we continue with dessert, CEO Harrison has some announcements. Harrison rises, adjusting his tie. "Thank you all for an excellent year. However, before we celebrate, there's a serious matter to address. Our forensic accounting team has uncovered systematic expense fraud." The room shifts, forks pause midair. Derek sets down his drink. Over the past 7 months, nearly $24,000 in personal expenses have been fraudulently charged as business costs, hotels, restaurants, purchases that have nothing to do with company business. Sarah's hand finds mine under the table. Her palm is ice cold, trembling. The investigation has identified the responsible parties, Sarah Reynolds Mitchell and Derek Chen. The silence is absolute. Then whispers ripple outward like waves from a stone dropped in still water. Derek stands swaying. "This is ridiculous. I can explain." "The evidence is comprehensive," Harrison continues. "Every receipt, every timestamp, every fraudulent signature." This is the moment. I stand slowly, reaching for my pocket. Sarah's nails dig into my wrist. "Don't," she whispers. But I'm already pulling out the envelope, and the room has noticed. All eyes track my movement as I walk to the projection screen Harrison's assistant has just lowered. I stood up slowly, reached for my pocket, and the room went silent. "Mr. Mitchell has additional information relevant to this matter," Harrison announces. I hand the USB to the AV technician. The first image fills the screen. Sarah and Derek at the Ritz-Carlton, time stamped during Emma's birthday party. Then the messages. Not explicit, I'm not that cruel, but clear enough. Working late, client dinner, emergency meeting. Each lie paired with surveillance photos showing the truth. "Stop!" Sarah's on her feet, mascara already running. "Marcus, please!" "There's more," I say, my voice carrying across the silent room. "Derek, you should know, Sarah's pregnant." His face transforms from rage to wonder. "What? Sarah? Are we?" "Congratulations," I continue. Though you might want to check your mail. There's a paternity test you ordered. 0% chance it's yours. That's impossible. Ask Tom from Chicago, or Henderson, or check with your fiancé. Rachel knows everything. Derek's phone explodes with notifications. He fumbles it, and texts are visible on the screen. The wedding is off. Don't come home. Your stuff is on the lawn. Sarah's phone buzzed. This is Tom. Did you tell Derek about us? Sarah lunges for the microphone, but Patricia intercepts her. Mrs. Mitchell, I think you should come with security. He's lying, Sarah screams. This is revenge. This is evidence, I say calmly. Every message, every receipt, every photo, every lie you told our children about working late. The ballroom doors open. 2 uniformed officers enter with Patricia. Mrs. Mitchell, Mr. Chen, you need to come with us. The company is pressing charges for fraud. Derek hasn't moved, still staring at his phone, where the paternity test results are now clearly displayed. 0%. But you told me. She told everyone different stories, I informed the room. Tom thinks it's his. Henderson thinks it might be his. The truth is, she doesn't know whose it is. Derek's wife just walked in with their actual children. The ballroom doors open again. Rachel stands there, mascara smeared but spine straight, holding hands with 2 small children. Derek's actual family. The one he was about to destroy for a woman who was playing him like she played everyone. Derek, Rachel's voice cuts through the chaos. The lawyers will contact you. Sarah breaks free from security, stumbles toward me. The kids, you can't take my kids. Your kids, when did they become yours? When you missed Emma's play for a hotel room? When you came home smelling like another man to kiss them goodnight? When Lucas drew Derek in our family pictures because he sees him more than you? We can fix this. Counseling. We don't leave family behind, I say, loud enough for everyone to hear. But you were never family. Family shows up. Family keeps promises. Family doesn't fuck other people during their daughter's birthday party. The profanity cracks like a whip. Sarah collapses into a chair, sobbing. Derek's being escorted out, muttering about lawyers, about explanations, about mistakes. The room is silent except for Sarah's gasping cries and the click of phone cameras documenting everything. Patricia leans close. Mr. Mitchell, you're free to go. I straighten my tie, survey the wreckage. Thank you all for a lovely evening. The walk to the exit feels like miles, each step away from my marriage, toward something unknown but honest. Behind me, Sarah calls my name, but it sounds like someone else's life echoing in an empty room. In the parking lot, my phone buzzes. Emma, Dad, Grandma says we can have ice cream for breakfast tomorrow. Is that okay? I text back. Yes, sweetheart. Tomorrow we can have whatever you want. 3 hours later, I'm in my lawyer's office. Margaret has her coffee despite the late hour, documents spread across her desk. The criminal charges will keep her busy, she says. The company is furious about the fraud. With the evidence you've provided, custody is essentially guaranteed. What about the house? Marital asset. But given the circumstances and the children's stability needs, judges typically favor the primary caregiver keeping the family home. And Sarah, facing federal fraud charges, pregnant with no idea who the father is, unemployed as of tonight, and about to be divorced with minimal custody. Margaret's tone is clinical. You destroyed her. She destroyed herself. I just documented it. The next morning, I pick up the kids from Sarah's mother's house. She knows, everyone knows by now, social media is efficient that way, but maintains dignity. They had pancakes, she says quietly. Emma asked why Mommy wasn't picking them up. What did you tell her? That sometimes adults make choices that change things. Thank you. She touches my arm. Marcus, I'm sorry for what Sarah did, for what she became. She was always this person. We just didn't see it. No, her mother says firmly. She became this person. The Sarah I raised, the one who married you. She got lost somewhere. Maybe the pressure, maybe the attention, maybe just selfishness. But that girl who cried at your wedding, she was real. Once. In the car, Lucas asks, "Is Mommy coming home? Not to our house, buddy. Because she was with Derek instead of us? Kids know everything. They just need adults to confirm what they've already figured out. Because she made choices that hurt our family. Bad choices." Yes. Emma stares out the window. Will we still see her? Sometimes, when the judge says it's okay. Do we have to? The question breaks my heart. No, sweetheart. You don't have to do anything that makes you uncomfortable. Good. She makes me sad. We drive in silence until Lucas says, "We don't leave family behind, but Mommy left us behind." Yes, she did. So she's not family anymore? It's complicated. No, Emma interjects with 9-year-old certainty. It's not complicated. Family is who stays. 6 months pass in a blur of legal procedures, custody evaluations, and therapy appointments. Sarah pleads guilty to fraud to avoid jail time, community service, and restitution instead. The baby wasn't Derek's or Tom's. Henderson was the father, which exploded his marriage too. Sarah lost the baby at 11 weeks. I felt nothing when I heard. Maybe that makes me cruel, or maybe it just makes me empty where she used to live. Derek's wedding was called off. He moved to Arizona, starting over with a small firm that didn't Google him. Tom from Chicago was fired when his expense reports were audited too. The dominoes fell exactly as expected. But tonight isn't about them. Tonight is Emma's school play. The spring production she's been rehearsing for months. She's the lead, a warrior princess who saves her kingdom. Lucas sits beside me wearing his best shirt because it's Emma's special night. "Dad?" He tugs my sleeve. "Is that Miss Jennifer?" Emma's teacher waves from 2 rows back. Jennifer Walsh, who's been sending increasingly personal emails about Emma's progress, who suggested coffee to discuss Emma's reading level last month, who has kind eyes and shows up to every student event. We should sit with her, Lucas decides. She's alone, so we do. Jennifer smells like vanilla and books. She helps Lucas with his program, laughs at his jokes, takes pictures when Emma appears on stage. Natural, easy, like family should be. After the play, Emma runs to us, stage makeup smeared but glowing. "Did you see the sword fight?" "You were amazing, sweetheart." She hugs Jennifer. "Thank you for helping with my lines." "Anytime, superstar." Lucas pulls on Jennifer's hand. "We're going for ice cream. You should come." Jennifer glances at me, questioning. I nod. At the ice cream shop, Emma draws on napkins while Lucas tells Jennifer about his Lego collection. Normal, peaceful, no one's checking phones or making excuses to leave. Emma asked if Jennifer could come to Parent Day. "We don't leave family behind," she said. 2 weeks later, Emma makes the request official. "Can Miss Jennifer come to Parent-Teacher Day?" "She is your teacher." "No, I mean, as family, like your guest." I look at this little girl who's learned too young that family is earned, not assumed. We can ask her. Emma grins, then grows serious. "Dad, I drew a new family picture." She pulls it from her backpack. Crayon figures on white paper. Me, Emma, Lucas, and Jennifer, holding hands in front of our house. At the bottom, in purple crayon, she's written, "We don't leave family behind." It's beautiful, sweetheart. Can we hang it on the refrigerator? Absolutely. That evening, after the kids are asleep, I stand in the kitchen looking at Emma's drawing. My phone buzzes. Sarah, from her court-mandated number. "Can I see them this weekend?" Emma has a recital. Lucas has baseball. I could come to those. The restraining order prohibits public contact. That's just for 6 more months. 6 months or 6 years, Sarah. You made your choices, I made mistakes. No. Mistakes are forgetting milk or missing a turn. You made deliberate decisions every single day for 7 months. 8 men, Sarah. The investigation found 8 different men. The typing bubbles appear and disappear several times. Finally, I loved you once. I know. That's what makes it worse. I blocked the number. Some conversations are finished forever. Jennifer texts, Emma left her library book in my classroom. Should I drop it off? We're still up. Come by. She arrives in yoga pants and an oversized sweater, looking nothing like a teacher and everything like someone you'd want to come home to. We sit on the porch while spring crickets sing. Emma's doing so well, she says. The therapy is helping. She's resilient. They both are, like their dad. I'm not resilient. I'm just still standing. Sometimes that's the same thing. She pauses. Emma asked me to come to Parent Day. I know, smart kid. Marcus, I care about your children, but I'd be lying if I said that's all I care about. It's been 6 months. You've been divorced for 6 months. You've been alone much longer. She's right. The loneliness didn't start with discovering the affair. It started years before, with the first working late, the first excuse, the first time Sarah looked through me instead of at me. I don't know how to trust again. You don't have to trust again. You just have to trust once, today. Tomorrow, we'll deal with tomorrow. You make it sound simple. No. Simple was what you had. Lies that looked like love. This is complicated. This is 2 damaged people with 3 kids between them trying to build something real. This is showing up even when it's hard. This is family, Lucas says from the doorway, rubbing sleepy eyes. Miss Jennifer is family. Buddy, you should be sleeping. I had a dream about the play. Emma was fighting dragons, and you and Miss Jennifer were cheering. He pads over, climbs into Jennifer's lap without invitation. You smell nice, like Mommy used to. Jennifer looks at me over his head, questioning. I nod. Thank you, sweetheart, she tells Lucas. Will you be here for breakfast? Not tomorrow, buddy. But someday? Jennifer meets my eyes. Maybe someday. Lucas nods, satisfied, and reaches for me. I carry him back to bed, his breath warm against my neck. Dad? Yeah, buddy? We don't leave family behind. That's right. And Miss Jennifer won't leave? I think about Sarah's promises, about trust, about the drawer full of evidence I keep just in case. Then I think about Jennifer helping Lucas with his program, cheering for Emma, sitting on my porch like she belongs there. I don't think she will, buddy. Good. Emma likes her. I like her. You smile when she's around. Do I? Yeah, real smiles, not the fake ones from before. From the mouths of babes. When I return to the porch, Jennifer's still there. He's pretty smart. Too smart sometimes. Marcus, I'm not Sarah. I need you to know that. I know. Do you? Because Emma told me you keep papers in a drawer. Evidence, she called it, like you're waiting for me to hurt them too. It's not about you. No, it's about protecting them. I understand that. But someday, if we're going to be whatever we might be, you'll need to decide if you can let those papers go. She stands to leave. I catch her hand. Stay. Just stay. Watch a movie, talk, be here when the kids wake up. That's a big step. Lucas already expects you for breakfast. She laughs, soft in the darkness. What are we having? Pancakes, it's Saturday tradition. I like traditions. We go inside. No grand gestures, no dramatic declarations. Just 2 adults choosing to try. On the refrigerator, Emma's drawing glows under the kitchen light. Our new family portrait, purple crayon promise and all. Share your story of finding your real family after betrayal. How did you know they were the ones who'd never leave? 3 years from now, Jennifer will adopt Emma and Lucas. Sarah will sign away her rights in exchange for reduced restitution payments. Derek will send a letter of apology I'll never open. But tonight, we're just beginning. Tonight, Jennifer falls asleep on my shoulder during the movie. Tonight, Lucas sneaks downstairs for water and smiles seeing her there. Tonight, Emma's drawing is the only truth that matters. We don't leave family behind. And finally, we have a family worth keeping. The last thing I do before bed is empty the drawer. All the evidence, all the proof, all the documentation of betrayal. Into the fireplace. Jennifer watches from the doorway. No going back now, she says. Only forward. The papers curl and blacken, 7 months of deception becoming ash. But from ash, things grow. New things, better things, real things. Emma appears, half asleep. What are you burning? Old stuff that doesn't matter anymore. She nods, then looks at Jennifer. Are you staying? Do you want me to? Emma doesn't hesitate. We don't leave family behind, and you're family now. Jennifer's eyes fill. Then I'm staying. And she does.